Good morning and welcome to the morning analysis video on Tuesday the 27th of July. I hope you're all well. What a slow day yesterday was. Very, very boring indeed. Sat around doing not a lot, waiting for things that weren't going to come. And only one trade yesterday afternoon, which is still actually in, which was Euro Yen, as you can probably see. Looking a little bit bullish this morning. But my stop's at break even, so it's just a case of waiting to see what happens. You can see we've got this resistance line coming down. As long as she maintains below that, then there's not a lot I should really do, because at these levels I think I should be really pretty happy. We are up towards the highs. I should just hold, see if we get the breakdown. So we'll move forward into that a bit later on. This morning we have four Europe numbers. We've got private loans, money supply, German import prices, consumer climate in Germany, and UBS consumption indicator from Switzerland. This afternoon we've got one key figure, and that is the CB consumer confidence out of the States. That's at 3 o'clock. Otherwise, fairly quiet day again, I'm afraid, in news terms, so it could lead to us having a very, very quiet day trading. But as things stand, let's just have a quick look at the currency markets. Starting with euro dollar, and I think it's very important to point out that we are sitting up and resisting upon this 130 level. As you can probably imagine, this is a huge psychological barrier for traders. Really, to prove a break, you're going to need to see a 100-point move through it. Anything between 75 and 50 points above this level I would consider still in the zone for possible fake outs above this level. So as things stand, we are currently resisting on this 130 level. We need to see a clear break to the north, 100, 150 point break up, pull back on top of this level before I consider long plays. I know some of you playing a breakout strategy may like it, and I can see exactly if you get a good run out of this level, you could well see her testing 131, possibly even a little bit higher. But for me at this stage, I'm interested in just waiting to see what happens around these levels. Are we going to see consolidation here and then a fall off, or are we going to see the big break that everyone seems to be talking about, pushing us back into sort of 135, 140? We'll have to wait and see, but things at the moment for me, resisting on this key level. We'll see if she can manage to break through this previous high at 130.25. Moving across to our pound dollar. Pound dollar, same sort of situation, except this here I want to look at this on a daily chart. As you can probably see, I've got my 50% fib level, and I've also got my previous highs back from April this year, where we had a double top and a fake double top before a fall back down to retest 141.90. Now, I'm definitely not going to call for that, but what I am going to look at here is the fact that this is going to be a huge psychological barrier for traders. This 155.50 level has the 50% fib, and this 155 level is a double top level. So we need to be very, very careful here and be waiting to see what happens and whether we can see any possible plays coming into the south off this level. So if we drop to an hourly chart and have a look at what's happened overnight, well, that's fairly positive, isn't it? The fact we've managed to hold up here, we've only had a small retracement overnight, and we're retesting first thing this morning. I'm sure Mike will be keeping you up to date. I'm sure what he'd love to see is a new high posted just above here, and then a break back down through this daily pivot to retest the lows. Or, no doubt, if it retests the lows early on, a breakout to the north. As things stand here, for me, again, I'm afraid I don't see an upside on this. I just don't see how safely I can trade into a daily 50% fib level and also into 155.10, 155.20. So I'll be sitting out on this, waiting to see what happens. If I get the opportunity of a short trade up here, then I'll probably be looking more for that than anything. Let's move on to Euro Yen, where you know I'm in a short position from 113.25. I also have my stop loss at break even there, and I've been holding that for approximately 12 hours. Really now, I just need to see confirmation of euro weakness, and I need to see this pushing back down through the levels. Really what I'm looking for is a key break of 112.80. If I can get a break of 112.80, I'll be happy. If not, we'll no doubt be seeing a move to potentially build to the upside. just as you can probably see from this daily chart, there is no way I want to be playing long into this resistance that you can probably all see here. I'm not interested in that. I have to be very, very skeptical, and I have to instead look for plays to the south with this resistance at 113.40. Okay. Sterling yen, obviously going to be making a little bit of a push up this morning, I'd guess, and you can see upper resistance at 135.50, so I'm not expecting a break of that again. However, the stocks do look good for this to possibly build higher. Let's look on the hourly and check there. Yeah, it looks like a break of the daily pivot could signal a run up towards that 135.50 level. However, don't forget you're playing into the upper resistance from this daily sort of channel that we've got on sterling yen, so be aware of possible plays to the south on this too. I'll keep you up to date because I will be watching this myself today to see if I can get a further position. Okay, CAD yen up at the daily 20 now. Lost a little steam overnight. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm not going to talk too much about her because she's not really something I'm watching out for. Let's move on to Aussie dollar. I'm a bit upset with this because it would have been lovely to have seen a pullback towards this 88.60 level for a long play yesterday, and hopefully that'll come in the next couple of days. But what you can see here is yesterday we pushed through our key resistance of 90. I think this is fairly significant moving forward, and I think it shows some relative strength coming back into the Australian dollar, and potentially could put us on a run, if we put on a daily chart, back towards 93.94. What I'd love to see, as I say, is a pullback into these, into this resistance level at 88.60 to be able to play long. At this stage, just a little bit overbought because you can see your daily chart starting to suggest there may well be a fall off from here. So I'd keep your eyes on that, and let's just see if we can get in on the retracement play to build long towards 94. Okay, dollar CAD, nothing to trade here. She never pulled back yesterday. She just ground very, very slowly down, and today hopefully let's see some pullbacks. Dollar Swiss, quiet as anything yesterday, and this morning set up with a major silver cross still. Although we crossed down, we moved through that range yesterday and retested the lows. However, everything stayed sort of in place. I'm not going to be trading here today because it's just going to be a difficult day. Again, I feel with this, no real movement or direction, I feel, and potentially more upside here, I would have thought, than down. If we just have a quick look at that, obviously key break will come through 104.68. Okay. So really that's all from me this morning. I keep my eye on sterling yen and euro yen. I'll keep you up to date throughout the day. Hope you have a good day, and I will speak to you later on.